Times editorial board is with Genesis executive team led by CEO Doug Cropper, here to tell us about the $140 million expansion planned at the East Campus. What is that expansion going to do for healthcare delivery in the Quad Cities and for employment levels for the hospital?
Well, we're very excited to announce this huge project which allows us to take the short-term medical surgical services at GMC Davenport, now spread on 2 campuses, and consolidate that care on West Campus. So that means that the medical services that are short-term, average length of stay 4 days or less, or surgical services, operating services like orthopedics is probably the best example, and locate that on 1 campus, 1 facility, for purposes of improving quality and safety of the care that we deliver, as well as the efficiency and the effectiveness of that care. So that's the $140 million that we're going to spend.
And you're talking about how many new operating suites?
12 new operating rooms, as well as a tower that includes a shell floor and 64 additional inpatient beds.
And how about employment levels across the hospital system?
Actually, employment is not going to be really impacted by this. These services are on West Campus right now, and I'll come back to West Campus in a minute and what its future role is going to be. But these services are on West Campus. These people, simply around 500 people or so, will simply relocate over to East Campus and be part of that delivery of healthcare on the East Campus. So this won't change employment as far as the healthcare system is really concerned. However, $140 million of a construction project is going to create a lot of construction and other jobs in the Quad Cities.
And when does work begin?
Work is going to begin actually after the announcement. So work will begin in January. People like myself are going to have to move into new locations, so we can actually begin the enabling projects to work on this construction project. The big project of the tower itself begins in about a year, and that lasts, the total construction will last for 4 years, but the most intense part of this is about 3 years long.
You're moving services and some beds over from West. What happens to the West Campus?
West Campus will continue to play a very important role for us in our continuum of healthcare services. The services that will remain on West Campus are those that are longer-term acute care, things like behavioral health, as well as inpatient rehab that have 20-plus days length of stay. In addition to that, we'll continue to have an emergency department operating on West Campus and services related to that emergency department, imaging and lab and stuff, as well as then other key outpatient services, the best example of which is probably our cancer services that are located on the West Campus. The space that becomes available on the West Campus, we're going to be studying and looking at growth opportunities for that space in areas like the expansion of behavioral health, the expansion potentially of inpatient rehabilitation, as well as other services. So we'll have an opportunity to really look carefully at our continuum of care. But I would just underline, obviously the East Campus is going to be a key location for healthcare, and the West Campus will continue to do so in its existing roles and other roles in the future.
Very good. Thanks so much.
And thank you.